Rachel Zegler might bankrupt Disney. Now, I don't know if she could single-handedly bankrupt such a huge company, but I think they've been going down that path a long time. So, yeah, let's get right into this.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So at this point, Rachel Zegler might single-handedly bankrupt Disney because the live-action Snow White film can't be going any worse for Disney. Anything associated with this project is getting dislike bombed into the Shadow Realm. Every single teaser of...
Yeah, actually, I saw the trailer, and okay, that trailer was awful, was abysmal, but the dislikes, the dislikes, man, it's crazy.
Of this film is getting brutalized on social media, and things have gotten even worse because Disney tried to pull a little sneaky one. They released a new special look at Snow White on Christmas Day, hoping to capitalize on the goodwill of people on that day. And guess what? It backfired. It's another flop. And we're going to look at the hilarious reactions to that latest special look. Now, in case you don't know, this is the first version of the trailer that...
Oh my god, that was a trailer. Look at that. Look at that. So bad.
Teaser trailer that came out earlier this year, and you can see the like-dislike ratio. They are getting crucified. 100,000 likes versus 1.4 million dislikes, putting this in the top 40 of all-time most disliked videos in terms of a number of dislikes, but percentage-wise, the percentage of dislikes...
I wonder what the other top 40 are. What are those videos?
Likes is actually the highest among that top 40 list, which is of course cementing this in the history books here. Congratulations to Disney's Snow White live action right here, but they would try again with the official trailer. They released this a few weeks ago on YouTube.
That's even worse. Oh my god. Are you Oh!
Man, it actually went worse in some regards. 34,000 likes versus 844,000 dislikes. The dislike ratio on this is even stronger than the teaser trailer, which is actually quite impressive. So obviously people are just not impressed with this film, and mainly it all ties back to Rachel Zegler, but we'll talk about her in 1 second. So this is the latest update. Disney tried to sneak one past everyone and upload Disney Snow White Waiting on a Wish special look on Christmas Day. I guess they were thinking people would be festive and jolly, and they would give this film another chance. Well,
they thought people would be festive and jolly, but instead we're just grumpy and mad. Oh no.
As you can see, nobody was doing that because the like-dislike ratio
Merry fucking Christmas,
atrocious.
Disney.
And the fact that this one is significantly higher but still abysmal is just a real sign of how this is all going. But you can see 3,500 likes versus 24,000 dislikes. Very brutal, but this one to me is the most embarrassing of all of the early looks we've had for this film, because this is just apathy at this point. No one even cares to dislike this anymore. It only has 191,000 views in 5 days. That's brutal for a film like this that Disney needs. They need some wins, and this is looking like an absolute...
Yeah, honestly, I watched the first trailer, and then I was done with it, right? I was like, nah, I ain't watching this. So I actually haven't watched this one. I haven't watched the second trailer or whatever it was. Nah, I'm not watching it.
Absolute dumpster fire.
You know, like, first impressions are the most important. So they fucked that up. They made a second impression. They fucked that up even harder, it seems. And then this is the third impression. I mean, come on, Disney. When are you going to learn? When? It's just a matter of time before they have to switch back. Like, they have to stop this wokeness, right? Because here's the thing. Normal people living their normal lives, they're not all about this wokeness, okay? So yeah, this is embarrassing.
Like I said, we're going to look at some of the reaction to this because the comments are just brutalizing this film and mainly Rachel Zegler. So here's the top comments. Pretty much everything is negative. This movie is based on a parallel universe where Snow White is evil and the Queen is innocent. End of this movie should be, the Queen and the Prince lived happily ever after. The evil Queen pushes Snow White down a well and lives happily ever after with the Prince. That's my headcanon. Love how Gal Gadot wasn't in the clip, yet 99% of the comments are about her. Snow White, I don't need no man, snap. Prince Charming, don't flatter yourself, shorty, I'm here to see your stepmother. And it goes on and on and on. A lot of people are talking about Gal Gadot. Now, in case you don't know, she is the actress playing the evil queen, and people have been making memes about this since day one. As this meme here points out, this is supposed to be the evil queen who's jealous of the looks of Snow White's. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of an interesting casting choice right there. But anyways, why is...
How difficult can it be? I know looks are subjective, but they're not completely subjective. You can clearly tell which one is better looking, right? And yes, you could say one of them has more makeup and the other one doesn't. It doesn't matter. Facts stand. We know which one looks better in this picture. Come on. It absolutely blows my mind how ignorant Disney can be. Let's just keep going.
Kind of an interesting casting choice right there. But anyways, why is this whole film just hated so brutally? Well, almost all of the outrage ties back to the choice of the actress for Snow White, which is Rachel Zegler. And in this special look, we also found out why her name is Snow White. Typically with the, the version of Snow White we've had forever until this live action film, her name was Snow...
No. Don't. No.
White because her skin was as white as snow. Now in this version, she gets her name Snow White because she was born during a snowstorm. Again, it's just like, why are we changing these things? Why are we racing?
Oh, I thought it would be... I actually thought it would be worse. Okay.
Swapping people.
Okay.
This is just classic Disney trying to appeal to the modern audience, and it's backfiring horribly. But in case you haven't seen some of the behavior online of Rachel Zegler, I will key you in real quick here. About 1 minute is all you really need to know. This is a compilation of just a few things she has said about this movie, and it's insufferable.
I'm a narcissist.
Ding, ding, ding.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Okay.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
What?
Sometimes
That's not even true. The prince doesn't stalk her. She's in a slumber half the movie. And he just so happens to save her, man. Bruh. He doesn't stalk her. What the fuck? You're kidding, right? What? What the What's wrong with her? What happened? What made her this way?
you need to like pause for a second, just take a deep breath to inhale all of this cringe coming at you. It's very overwhelming.
And then it became like, I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part. That people will assume is a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie, Andrew Burnap. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. I say.
Come on.
If I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Hollywood, baby, I say.
She's absolutely gorgeous. But somehow, in the film, they made her look so much worse. Like, how? How are they able to do this? I don't understand. They're supposed to make the queen look worse, not Snow White. That's the whole premise of the film. The queen is jealous of Snow White because Snow White is prettier, right? I don't think people are mad about her being like a girl boss in the film. I don't think that's it. I truly don't think that's it. I sure as hell am not mad about that. Snow White can be a girl boss for all I care. I don't give a shit. But why do they have to go against the logical things of the film? Like, the queen is supposed to look worse, and she's supposed to be jealous of Snow White because she looks better. And it's supposed to be kind of a tragic story, and then it's supposed to be a tragic story that has a happy ending for the prince and Snow White. Why is that a bad thing? Like, I don't get it.
If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic...
See, look, how is...
Princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
And we absolutely...
Look, she looks so good when she's offset. It would have literally been better if they changed nothing and she just wore the dress. It would have been infinitely better. Right?
Absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can.
Amazing.
Leader.
Girl boss Snow White. That's going to be a really big hit, especially when the actress behind the character is so incredibly unlikable. And also, she got in trouble about a month and a half ago after the results of the United States presidential election concluded. And of course, Trump won, and she was a very vocal supporter of the Harris campaign. And she went on to Instagram and had an absolute meltdown. You can check out this full group of messages here if you want, but really all you need to know is that she acts like the world is literally going to fall apart as a result of these election results. And she ends this one statement by saying, anyone who is a Trump supporter should never know a moment of peace the rest.
What? Wait, I gotta read this shit. I gotta read this. I find myself speechless in the midst of this. Another 4 years of hatred, leading us towards a world I do not want to live in. By the way, she forgets to use caps here. Big letters after dots and stuff like that. It's kind of weird, but I've seen a lot of people do that, and it just kind of confused me. Okay. Leading us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in. She doesn't have a daughter. Okay, let's move on. Leading us towards a world that will force her to have a baby she doesn't want. Bro. Leading us towards a world that is fearful. I shouldn't be this shocked, but I am. I am heartbroken for my friends who awoke fear this morning. And I am here with you to cry, to yell, to hug, to wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging a new path forward. This loss should not have been, and it certainly should not have been by so many votes. Look, coming from a European perspective, I didn't like Harris, I didn't like Trump, I didn't like fucking anyone. It didn't matter who won, it was going to be awful either way. Alright? I don't know which one is better or worse, doesn't matter. But what are you gonna do now? Are you just gonna yell and cry and say fuck all and stating war on everyone who voted Trump? Like, what are you doing? This person is not, she's not okay. She's definitely not okay. Man.
Of their lives, which is a brilliant strategy by Rachel Zegler. This is the classic Disney modern audience approach here. Just randomly alienate over half of the United States with a pointless statement that is unnecessary in the first place and just alienates so many potential viewers of your film, especially when they're already annoyed with you in the first place. This was the most boneheaded decision. And again, you're appealing to the modern audience with this one. So enjoy the empty theaters that are going to come with that modern audience. But of course, she would apologize, as pointed out here by Geeks and Gamers. And yeah.
Wait, really? No. I can already see that's not her. That's not her making that. Look. Where's the dot? Dot. Oh, big letter. Dot. There we go. Dot. She did not write this. You can already tell. I saw it. The first thing I saw. That was the first thing I saw. She even has caps here after a comma. Someone else wrote that shit.
You actually believe she was sorry about what she said?
No.
She was only sorry because probably Disney got very, very angry at her and forced her to make this apology. But I want to do another segue here because there's another kind of lost in the sauce, lost in the shuffle issue with this film. And it revolves around two things, the budget and some more casting choices. And as...
You know, ever since I saw that dress, I've always wondered, like, what is the budget for this film? Because I personally think that dress looks awful. Absolutely awful.
Reported here, it has been rumored that the budget for this film has exploded to over $500 million.
No way. There is no way in hell that is $500 million. Talk about inefficient, man. Where is the money going?
Dollars. Now, if you know the standard calculation for breaking even with a film and its budget, typically the number is 2.5. You have to make 2.5 times your budget. So if this is a, let's say, $500 million budget, they're gonna have to make over $1.2 billion on this film to break even. And $1.2 billion would be a monumental success for this film if it was just a regular film, right? This one is already so hated and has so little interest in it, they will never reach that mark. My mind would be blown if that happened. But there's also another issue with the budget, and some people believe they had to reshoot some of the scenes due to a controversy involving the Seven Dwarfs. There was a lot of discussion about the casting choices or potential casting choices for these Seven Dwarfs. Now, there was multiple things that happened here. This was an image being shared around the internet about 2 years ago, and apparently this was going to be the original Seven Dwarfs. I mean, it literally looks like a blue sky meetup.
No way. No way. Wait, so they have one dwarf and the rest is just regular people or what? What?
It's just a goofy image. And again, the first thing that people would bring up is the choice of actors. You have one person out of the Seven Dwarfs that has dwarfism. Why wouldn't you hire actors with dwarfism to play the Seven Dwarfs? Doesn't it just logically make sense? And, you know, wouldn't you give them that opportunity for that role? Well, of course, as we now know with these trailers confirming it, nobody got the role because they would eventually...
No. No, man. Bruh. Is this inclusion and diversity? I guess so. Inclusion, diversity. No one gets the role. You're not getting the role. You're not getting the role. Nobody's getting the fucking role.
Use CGI instead of hiring actors with dwarfism, which was a loss for everyone. And some people believe that is part of the reason the budget has exploded, because they had to reshoot scenes involving the Seven Dwarfs. And if you want to know how this all happened, well, you can blame one person. You can literally blame one person for all of this happening, and that is Peter Dinklage.
Really?
If you don't know, he is an actor with dwarfism. He was Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones. And this is a classic example of, I just wish I didn't even know these actors had an opinion on certain things, because it just makes them very unlikable. You know, Peter Dinklage, very good actor. But now I see his opinion, and it's like, oh, there's a garbage opinion, and here's him doing something stupid. That changes things a little bit, and it does for a lot of people, I'm sure. But back in 2022, he was talking about the Snow White live action, and he said this. Well, you know, it's really progressive to cast, literally no offense to anyone, but I was a little taken aback. They're very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White, but you're still telling the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs too. Take a step back and look at what you're doing here, he continued. It makes no sense to me, because you're progressive in one way, but you're still making that effing backward story of the Seven Dwarfs living in a cave. What the F are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. He then concluded, I don't know what studio that is, but they were so proud of that, and all love and respect to the actress and to the people who thought they were doing the right thing. But I'm just like, what are you doing? And he said, if you tell the story of Snow White and it's the most effed up, cool, progressive spin on it, let's do it, all in. But I just don't know. So he's saying it is offensive to hire actors with dwarfism to play the Seven Dwarfs in the live action. And guess what?
Wait, really? What? Why? Why wouldn't you want to? What? What the fuck is he talking about? No, it's not. Look, if I was an actor and I could get a role simply because I'm white and I'm bald, I would fucking do it. Easy. What do you mean? If it's a super touchy topic, like, okay, sure, I guess. But I mean, what? I would assume that people with dwarfism have already come to terms with that, right? At least I would think so. I've come to the terms that my hairline is vanishing. I've come to the terms of many things, and I accept it, and I'm proud of it now. So what's the problem? I don't know, man.
Guess what? Disney listened. They actually responded specifically to his comments, and they came out and said, to avoid reinforcing stereotypes from the original animated film, we are taking a different approach with these 7 characters and have been consulting with members of the dwarfism community. And obviously we know how it ended. They ended up going with CGI. Nobody got a role. It wasn't a matter of, are they going to hire actors with dwarfism or not? No, they're just nobody. Everyone loses. Disney has to probably reshoot and increase their budget as they did. And actors with dwarfism lost out on this opportunity, which had a lot of people upset, including people who have dwarfism, like Zach Roloff from Little People Big Worlds. He said this in a post. So they aren't just taking the dwarfs and making Snow White. They are CGIing the dwarfs. This isn't 1937. There are a lot of people with dwarfism walking around. Either focus on Snow White or own the dwarf representation. And that's the main point. Why would you take away opportunities? It's one of those things where it's a progressive idea, but in action, it is regressive. You are literally taking away opportunities for actors with dwarfism by having this soapbox moment where people would have had a very big opportunity with this film, but instead you get CGI slop instead, and everyone loses. It's just like with the voice acting controversy where some people were angry that white people are voicing characters with different skin colors than their own, and then that comes around the opposite way, and then you have a situation where someone who might be a black voice actor just lost out on 90% of their roles because their skin doesn't match the characters they're playing too. It's just a very dumb thing, and here we have it in action. So this is another part of the controversy and why the budget for this film is likely so high. And I just wanted to note this because now with all of the trailers out there, we know this is exactly what happened, and it's a really bad situation and just adds more controversy to this disaster of a project here. So how far will this bomb? I don't know. This might be one of the biggest flops we will see in modern times with this film, and yeah, you can't really feel sorry for anyone involved, whether it's Rachel Zegler, Disney, or any of the related parties. They just really don't deserve any sympathy because they've brought this upon themselves with their own actions and choices.
Yeah.
But for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh, this fucking... Oh my god. Oh, shit. Oh, Rachel did not apologize. Her original post was no capitalization. It was written by her. The apology was capitalization. That's what I said. What are your thoughts about this? If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Check out my Twitch, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.